What up, folks? Mark E, the KC Realtor, back again. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about comps. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about comps. What is a comp? How do you get a comp? ARV, all that good stuff today. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's hop right into it. The reason why I did the video is because I've been asked a few times, hey, can you go over comps? And, it is a basic thing, but it is something that's very, very in depth, or it can be very in depth, but it's something that is very, very needed when you're dealing with real estate, especially every day. You're going to need comps and ARV to evaluate these properties, whether you're buying or selling. So it's very important. So comps, getting into it. What it means, comps means comparables. Comparing properties, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, when you're looking at houses and properties and things like that. So you want to come up with a comp, comparables, what they call it, or an ARV. The ARV stands for after repair value. When you get comps and you get an average, the average of these comps of these properties sold, it gives you a number. That number is the ARV, the after repair value. These are terms that you need to know when you're dealing in real estate, and when you're having these conversations, you want to act like you know what you're talking about. They will be brought up. People will ask, so you need to know. Okay, comps, ARV, comparable, after repair value. So, got that out the way. Comps is, like I said, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, right? So, same bedrooms. If the property that you're looking at, you're going to have the same bedroom over here. Same baths, same number of baths over here, right? So, if it's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, this one, all the ones sold that you should be looking at should be 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? 1-car garage, this one should have 1-car garage. Easiest way we can explain it, right? Yeah, but people get it complicated, I know. I messed up when I was new and I started running comps. My numbers were off, and it happens when you're learning and you kind of fine tune it into where you're getting better at running these numbers and your comps. You start doing it like that, and then before you know it, you start knowing just what the area, what these comps may be, just in the area. You'll just get a price range off the top of your head, like, oh, I know these are selling for like 80 to 100 over there, or 90 to 100, whatever. When you start running these numbers and you start being in real estate and you look at these same areas, these same price ranges, you start to know these things. And that's why when people that are involved, they can spit them out just like that. So we kind of do it a little differently when you're a realtor. You run it kind of like the appraiser does. So that's kind of how I'm going to do it. And it's the most accurate way to do it. And so there's like 5 to 6 things that are involved. So I'll go over them. Okay. 1, they have to be the same size. So square footage, within about 250, 300 square feet. They want to say within 200 really square feet. If this property is 800 square feet, you want to look at something no larger than 1,000 square feet. Okay. Number two is you're going to be looking at, like I said, bedrooms and baths. So I just went over that. That's number 2. 3, the third thing is you want to be looking within the same area, same subdivision, same zip code, within a half-mile radius if you can. Never go over a mile radius, but at least, within a mile, but you want to be within a half-mile radius if you can, to get it as accurate as possible, right? So then 4 is going to be within the 6 months, period. The last 6 months. So everything sold, you want to look at everything sold within the last 6 months. Okay? Maybe 7 or 8 if you have to go out to get another comp in there. But, you want to try to keep everything sold within the last 6 months so you're up to date on what's going on in the market. Okay? So really, these are the top main, those are the top main things that you need to look at when you're running these comps. You also want to look at, if you're looking at, major highways and intersections. Don't go and cross over major intersections and highways. Stay within that radius. If your property is on the west of Truce, make sure all your comps are on west of Truce. You can't go to the east. Even if it's just 2 blocks to the east, it's on the east of Truce. So go on west. Stay within the radius and stay within the boundary lines, so you're not crossing intersections, like you're not crossing 70 highway or you're not crossing 71 highway, if that makes sense. Okay, stay within these boundaries. All these things you have to look at when you're factoring in comps. And then also, not to mention, one other main thing that you need to look at is the style of home. If I'm on number 5, number 5. I'm on number 6, number 6. But you need to look at the style of home. Okay, please make sure you look at the style of home. So if it's a 2-bedroom, this one needs to be a 2-bedroom. All your comps need to be 2 bedrooms. If it's a 2-1, all your comps need to be 2-1. If it's a 3-1, all your comps should be 3-1. If that's what you're looking at, you need to make sure it's apples to apples, oranges to oranges. There's no other way I could say it. What I also do is I go off the square footage of the home. So I also look at it to where if everything sold in this area, say 7 comps, I take the average, the lowest to the highest, I run the math, the average comes out to $95 a square foot. That means everything over here selling for $95 a square foot in this area. So I take $95 a square foot, multiply it by my square footage of my home, that's like property, same size, same style. I'm getting my comp. I'm getting my ARV. That's my true ARV. That's the true after repair value. Everything goes off of per square foot. So it makes sense too when you're talking to these people and they know what you're talking about when they say, hey, I'm selling this property at $125 a square foot. And you're like, why? Everything over here is selling in the last 6 months have been selling at $95 a square foot. So what makes your home that darn good when you can sell it for $125? Explain it to me. What is the deal? You know what I mean? So you know what you're talking about when you can go to these people and say, hey, no, everything's selling for 100 per square foot. So this is overpriced. I need to know why. You need to be able to have these numbers to justify it. So that's why you got comps. That's why you have the after repair value. That's why you have these numbers in place, people. So that way when you're running your numbers and you're saying, hey, I need 70% of the after repair value minus the repairs, bam, there goes my offer. Well, the whole formula's off, right? If the after repair value is wrong, if you ran your comps wrong, the whole formula is off. So make sure you run your accurate comps. I don't care if you're wholesaling, if you're buying, if you're selling a property, make sure you're accurate as possible. Make sure you get to accurate comps. Make sure you know your after repair value, okay? So these are the things that you have to know. So I'm going to run them down again for you guys. Make sure it's in the same size. So within the same 250 square feet, hopefully you can find a like property, even if it's maybe 300 if you have to, but make sure same size, right? Make sure same bedroom, same bath, same number of bedrooms, same number of baths, right? Make sure it's within a half-mile radius. Make sure it's within a half-mile radius, okay? Then make sure you're not crossing over any boundary lines as far as the major intersections and major highways. So, you can't be crossing over major highways intersections. 71 highway, 70 highway. You can't cross 40 highway. You can't cross Wanamaker. You can't cross Truth. Stay within these areas, okay? Now, also, when you're looking at these sold, make sure everything that you're looking at are sold within the last 6 months. You want to make sure you're accurate within the market. If it's over 6 months, like 6, 7 months, the market changes, it shifts. Okay? So also make sure you have the same style. If it's a 1-story ranch, make sure the comps are ranches. 2-story, 2-story. If it's a front to back split, make sure this is a front to back split, or at least a split, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, get as close as possible as you can. All these things are the things that you have to look at when you're factoring in your comps and how do you get your accurate ARV and your accurate comps. Okay. Sorry if I'm talking with my hands. That's what I do. If you're new to my channel, that's what I do. If you're here and you're used to being here, then you know I do this a lot. Folks, don't let me forget age. That is one last thing that I had forgot to mention is age of the home. When it was built. Don't forget to look at the year it was built. You can't comp a home that was built in 2000 against something that was built in like 1980. Okay, even if everything is the same. If this was built, it's 20 years older, 20, so you can't do that. So make sure you look at the age as well. Don't forget the age, the year the home was built. You can't comp something that's 20 years older, okay? So make sure you look at that as well. Don't forget the age of the property. I'm just going to run it down again for you one more time, okay? These are the things that are factored in when you're running comps, and this is how you get the accurate comp. Accurate, true comp, okay? Go on Zillow, Realtor, Redfin, whatever you're looking at. If you're trying to wholesale a property or flip a property or, pull some cash out on a bird, whatever that may be, you want to find that true, accurate comp, right? So if you're looking at apples to apples, oranges to oranges, like we say, make sure you do have the right home size, the right square footage, the 3 bedrooms, the 2 baths, all that good stuff, right? Within the half miles, it's sold within the last 6 months, and you find this property. If it is a brand new rehab or remodel that they went in there and just totally updated everything, that is your true comp for that area, for the home or the property that you're looking at. And that's what you want to base everything off of. If you got 2 of them over there, great, but if you got 1, that's the one you need to know. And when you're selling a property, your neighbor needs to know, hey, this is our competition. If you're buying a home, you want that home because it's the best on the block. Or if you're flipping a property, that's your competition. So that's where your price need to be close to that. And you want to have better materials to beat that. So you can do that property. Whatever the case may be, that's the true comp. So in order to find that, like I said, you got to, search the Redfin, the Realtor, the Zillow, all that, and find that property, okay? Same size within square footage, within 250 square feet. Same bedrooms, same number of bedrooms, same number of baths, same area subdivision. So that means within a half a mile radius, never go over a mile. So within a half mile radius is what you really want. All these things included, right? So stay with me. And then also you want to say to have the same style, a ranch versus a ranch, or a two-story, or traditional, whatever the case may be, same style, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, right? And within the last 6 months, everything sold within the last 6 months, okay? You do that, you will find your accurate comp. You don't need 15 of them. All you need is 3 to 6. You get 3 to 6 of these accurate comps. Within those perimeters, you're going to get you an accurate comp, okay? And then you're going to get you an after repair value. Once you do the averages, once you do that, you're going to get the prices of the home sold per square foot. You're going to say this has been sold everything's been sold over here for $100 per square foot. So everything higher than $100 per square foot has got to be overpriced, or it means it's got to have an extra bedroom, or it's got to have something extra to go along with it. That's how you figure out your true comp, your ARV, your comps, all that good stuff, people. In a nutshell, that is how you do it. I know I went kind of quick. Hopefully I didn't leave something out, but I just want to recap. Sometimes I get to talking fast, but that is how you figure out the true comp. Okay. And then also, like I said, the major thing is, like I said, stay within that 6 months period. I had a guy, I had to explain to him, I was like, hey, yes, this comp would have been maybe 170 3-4 months ago. And I'm like, hey, everything's like shifting. It's almost winter. The market's changing. Things are sitting on the market longer. So you have to look at that days on market too when you're looking at these comps. And so I told him, like, hey, right now, comps 145, 150. 3 months ago, yeah, 170 it would have been. And people are like, man, in 3 months? That's how fast real estate changes. And that's why when, it's realtors say, hey, you probably should jump in and sell now. That's probably why we're saying that. Because we're telling you that the market is changing. It's not because we want to get a sale. It's because we're trying to help you and let you know that the market is changing and shifting. Look at the days on market when you're figuring up these comps as well. You want the true comp that sold the first day listed or within the week. You want that comp. You don't want the comp that was overpriced. It had to sit for 60 days. They had to lower it 2-3 times. It's not the one you want. You want the hot one that just sold, and it sold quick like hotcakes. So that's what you got to look at. You got to look at all these things when you're looking at comps. Look at days on market. You don't want to look and say, well, this home sold 3 months ago for $150,000, so I know you can get $150 over here for this house too. Well, that thing had to sit there for 80 days before it sold at $150,000. You see what I'm saying? Versus a house that just sold for $150,000 day one, there's going to be a difference. So look at these things too when you're talking about these comps. And if you can't get days on market and you don't know how, ask a realtor. But there's ways to figure this information out. So I want to add that in there too as well. Make sure you're looking at days on market, okay? This is my video on comps. Please be aware when these numbers are fudged. If you get these overpriced comps and overpriced ARVs, all the numbers are off. And then that's why when you're wholesaling, you're trying to get a deal, you send it out, and then you're getting crickets. Crickets, because you don't have a deal. It's overpriced, and especially if it's off market. Also, when you're selling something off market, make sure it's something that is worth being sold off market. It's got to be at a discount. You don't want to have retail price property off market. And I'm seeing it all the time now from wholesalers. Almost got me in tears now because, oh, I got a deal. Come look at my new deal. Come look at the new flip. Come look at the next flip. Call me, because I'm tired of seeing this stuff. But it is what it is, It's like the Wild Wild West right now in real estate. Everybody think, oh, everything's selling. Oh, the prices is up. Oh, my God. Well, yeah, but still prices ain't going to be up on a turd or a dud. Come on now. Get your stuff right, folks. Get your numbers right. Get your comps right. So I just want to make sure you guys are aware of what's going on when it comes to running these comps. And when you're running these formulas, you need to know these terminology and these formulas. And sometimes if one of those numbers is off in the formula, it's all off. So you can't deviate. The comp is what a comp is. After repair value is what an after repair value is. The 70% minus the ARV. Minus repairs. It is what it is. Only thing that's fudging the numbers is you, or maybe the repair amount on the contractor. Maybe you might be within a 10 grand range on your quotes or your estimates. Okay, but if you want to be an investor, you want to invest, and you want to learn the game, you got to learn comps. You got to be accurate as possible as you can be. So take your time when you're doing it. And so these are the things. That's my video on comp today. So hope you loved it. If you found this information helpful, or any information in here cool or funny, share it with your friend, your cousin, your loved one, your mama, your daddy, your uncle. And always stay safe. Stay blessed.